Welcome back to Hero on the Couch. Our guest today carries the weight of humanity's survival, yet struggles with the simple weight of existence. He's the pilot of EVA Unit 01, Shinji Ikari. Thank you for coming, Shinji.
Um, Hello. I I didn't really want to come, but they told me I should. Sorry.
There's absolutely no need to apologize. We're here because we want to understand the extraordinary pressure you're under. You live a life defined by extremes, intense, almost unimaginable violence, followed by profound, crippling isolation. When you're not piloting the EVA, what do you usually do to feel normal?
I listen to music. I have a portable player. If I set the volume high enough, I I can't hear anything else. He looks down at his hands. It makes things simple.
That's a very common coping mechanism, Shinji. We call that escapism. Using sound, music, or routine to build a barrier between yourself and painful reality. But when the music stops, the reality of your life returns, specifically the core relationship that defines your pain. Your father, Gendo Ikari.
I don't really know him. I mean, I see him at work sometimes. He just tells me what to do.
You were essentially abandoned by him as a child, only to be recalled years later, not as a son, but a weapon, a tool. This created a profound abandonment trauma. You learned that the only reason the most important person in your life contacted you was to use you. How does that dynamic influence your relationships with everyone else?
I I try not to bother people. If I'm quiet, maybe they won't hate me. If I don't get close, they can't leave. I don't want to cause trouble. I don't want to hurt anyone.
You've just articulated the hedgehog's dilemma, Shinji, perfectly. You crave human connection, warmth, but you're terrified that any closeness will inevitably lead to pain, either the pain of rejection or the pain of hurting them. So you keep your emotional spines up. Is that why you prefer being needed as a pilot rather than being loved as a person? Because the pilot role is defined, it has rules, and it can't be rejected?
Yes, if I pilot the EVA, I'm useful. I'm doing what I'm told. It's it's easy. If I stop, if I try to be myself, I don't know what will happen. I'm scared if I stop being the pilot, nobody will have a reason to need me anymore.
And that fear of being unnecessary is crippling. Let's delve into the pressure of the job itself. You have repeated experiences of bodily injury, intense psychological merging with the EVA, and witnessing catastrophic events. Have you been diagnosed with Generalized Anxiety Disorder or c-ptsd?
I just. I get shaky, and my chest feels tight all the time. I, I have nightmares about the angels and about the EVA. Sometimes I hear my own voice inside the machine, screaming. I try to forget.
That constant anxiety, the feeling of the walls closing in, is exacerbated by your core belief that you are not worth love. That's evident in your persistent self-sabotaging behavior. You excel in the most difficult job imaginable, saving the world, but you fail to see any value in your own identity. You seem determined to prove your own deepest fear true, that you are fundamentally worthless. Why do you punish yourself, Shinji?
Because maybe, maybe if I hurt myself first, it won't hurt so much when someone else does it. And maybe I deserve it. If I'm not good enough for my father, why would I be good enough for anyone else? I break things. I make mistakes.
But you are projecting your father's rejection onto the entire world. Gendo Ikari's inability to express love is a reflection of his pathology, not a measure of your worth. Your survival, your continued piloting, is proof of your immense resilience, yet you translate that into obligation, not strength. What would happen, Shinji, if you simply said, I will not pilot the EVA. I am doing this for myself, not for my father and not for the applause.
I can't. If I stop, the angels will come. Everyone will die. And it will be my fault. Everyone will look at me and blame me. It's safer to keep going, even if it hurts. At least then, people will point at the angel, not at me.
So your entire sense of self-worth is conditional upon performing a task that is actively destroying your psychological well-being. This is a very common pattern in children of emotionally distant parents. You replace the need for connection with the need for function. Let's talk about connection. Rei, Asuka, Misato, you are surrounded by people who care deeply about you, despite your fears. Why do you constantly push them away?
They don't understand. Misato is too loud. Asuka is too mean. Rei is complicated. It's just easier when I'm alone. Then I can't disappoint them. I worry if I get close, I'll mess things up. And they'll get hurt. The hedgehog's dilemma isn't just about my pain. It's about protecting them from the inevitable pain I cause.
That's a huge realization, Shinji. You're trying to control the uncontrollable, the messiness of human relationships. You believe you are responsible for the outcome of every interaction. But real connection requires vulnerability. It requires allowing yourself to be disliked sometimes and accepting that the risk of pain is worth the occasional moment of warmth. Your father taught you that closeness equals pain. We are trying to teach you that closeness equals possibility.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know who I am when I'm not the pilot.
That's okay, Shinji. The important thing is that you're sitting here, facing the fear instead of running away. You're trying, and that is a form of strength, even if it doesn't come with giant robots or super abilities. Thank you for your immense courage today. Shinji Ikari is a profound study of existential anxiety, c-ptsd, and the hedgehog's dilemma. His story shows us what happens when a child's deepest need, unconditional love, is replaced by conditional service. He constantly chooses pain and isolation over the risk of connection, embodying the truth that emotional trauma is often a heavier burden than saving the world. Join us next time on Hero on the Couch.